My name's Jamie Hazelden, and I've been travelling across this amazing country, learning about its culture and hidden secrets from people who live there. This time, I want to take you with me on my journey as I visit the men and women who choose to live and make their homes in some very special places. Join me as these Australian Bushmen tell their story. We're just taking this track up through the forestry here, up to the Borer Ring, also known as a dern. This is where I'm going to actually meet Kerry, who's got a didgeridoo for me. Strange place to meet, but this is where he said to meet him. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, Jamie. How's things?
Good, can't complain. Different place to meet.
Well, I tell you what, mate, this is border country along one of the old pathways around here, mate. So welcome, Kabi Kabi country.
Excellent, thank you. And you got the didge.
Well, mate, I tell you what, she's not a bad one. So come on, let's
Have
go.
a look. Oh. Mate, that didge is awesome.
Oh, thanks, mate. I tell you what, it's not a bad stick, but we might leave it here just for the moment, you know, brother.
Yeah.
I want to show you this this special place here.
Yeah, okay. I've always known this place as a Borer Ring or a dern.
Yeah, that's true, Jamie. But the truth is there's many names for this particular place here. And depending on each individual Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander language group, there's many names all over the country. And those mountains just over here, all the valleys associated with this place, it's a special women's place. It's a women's area. And my mother used to take me here when I was very small. It's a very special place for not only Kabi Kabi people, but Jinnabara or Yinnabara people as well. You see, this particular ring here is kind of like a bit of secret business. You see, people would come here, but when they leave, they were not only a valued member of our tribe, but they were an adult member of our tribe. Here on the Sunshine Coast, there are many, many, many Aboriginal sites. Hey, what's happening today?
Yeah, well, I was wondering what you were doing. I can't see a car here.
Well, to be honest, mate, I was hoping you were going to give me a lift.
Well, I can do that. That's no problem at all.
Fantastic.
Where are we going?
I think we should go for a drive. I've got the bus set up just down the road here at Rocky Creek.
Oh, yeah?
We might as well go and check it out and get some food along the way.
Yeah, no worries at all.
No
Sounds
worries.
good.
Let's go.
When you come into these sort of areas, these cultural sort of spots, make sure if you see any rubbish, pick it up, because they are a sacred area and you've got to respect your own country. We live here, so make the most of it. Respect it. Yeah, it really interests me on bush tucker in different areas.
Oh, that's great, mate. You know, like, bush tucker is not only a healthier way of life, it's a sustainable way of life. We know where we can reuse the things that grow naturally in our environment.
Yep.
I reckon Mary Cancross Park, I mean, that's a pretty good place to start. You know where that is, eh?
Oh yeah, been there a million times. Well, it's just up here, and then we'll turn in.
This is a great type of park as well because a lot of the area in the mountains and Budrum and places like that kind of used to look like this before any of the settlers came here. Yeah. There's quite a lot of cedar and lots of different rainforest timbers.
Yeah.
This one here is a strangler fig as well. Beautiful, beautiful timber, mate.
You got white wile on your back there?
Mate, I tell you what, this stuff here is, thanks Jamie, this is a fantastic specimen, I tell you. You know, not only is, some people call this wait a while or wait a minute or lawyer cane. It's a fantastic material to make baskets, to make eel traps, to make fish traps, to make duck traps. Believe it or not, even though it's so spiky, it is very useful to us Kabi Kabi people.
Unreal, but I mean, check out them spikes.
You wouldn't want them, hence the reason, wait a minute, wait a while, wait an hour. Man, unreal. I tell you, fantastic.
All right, move on.
So are there any black bean through here?
Oh mate, I tell you what, this rainforest is full of them. And to be honest, there's actually one just over here.
Let's go and have a look.
Well, I think we could use it for later in our bush tucker. Hey, there's one there. Oh man, this is fantastic, I tell you. You see, these nuts here, they're actually poison. You can't eat them. They've got this skin on them, so you can pull that skin off. We need to bake these for at least 24 hours, pretty much all night. And once we've baked them all night, we get a shell or a rock or something like this, like a rock like this, and we grate them. And we're going to put this one inside a basket, and we put it into the river. I'm actually going to show you how to do this one this afternoon when we get down to the river. But they're a little bit bland, kind of like rice, but the truth is when you eat it with a food like an eel, a smoked eel or something like that, it balances out the flavour. So you've got the strong from the eel and you've got the bland from the nuts, and when you eat them, man, not too bad.
Perfect.
I'll tell you what, not bad. So we'll keep these. Let's go.
Well, there's some ginger plant there.
Oh, yep, that's the one that we're going to be using tonight, boys.
Are we? Yeah, cool.
American Cross Park, it's full of bush tucker. Pretty much everything around here you can pretty much eat. Like right at the entrance here, what do you think this one is?
Well, it's going to be a fig of some kind.
Well, if you feel the leaves, what does it remind you of?
Well, sandpaper.
Well, I hit the money on the head there, Blake, because this is a sandpaper fig. And you can see these buds that are coming out. Once they turn a little bit bigger, here we go, once they get bigger and bigger and bigger, about that big, they turn purple. They honestly just taste like a normal fig. You can come and pick them straight off the tree and enjoy some food.
Unreal.
Fantastic.
Good stuff. Well, I've had an exciting time this morning learning more about bush tucker. Well, we've come back down to Rocky Creek Campground, and that's where we're going to stay tonight. And Kerry's got a lot more to show me down here.
Rocky Creek is one of the pathways for Kabi Kabi and Jinnabara peoples, and there's lots of things around here that have lots of cultural significance to our peoples, like this tree here.
Yeah, I've seen them markings in trees before.
Yeah, this is what a lot of people call scar trees, and they're for lots of different meanings. These ones here are absolutely beautiful. You can see they've been cut a long time ago by the traditional custodians of this country. In fact, this entire whole campsite has been a campsite for Kabi Kabi and Jinnabara people for many generations. And you'll see these types of markings along trees all the way up the pathway that runs all the way to Mullaney. It's a very beautiful and a very traditional site.
Incredible. You know, I never realised that with the boundary trees.
Oh mate, there's so much Aboriginal cultural heritage here on the Sunshine Coast.
You've done the fire pit.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to be where we're having dinner.
Sounds good, but that looks like that was dug with a shovel.
Yeah, I even bought it from Bunnings.
No, good stuff. Let's go. Tell me.
Well, this fire is one of our cultural secrets, and to be honest, we put these rocks in here first so that once the fire gets up, the heat can stay concentrated on the inside. We just grab some more of these rocks, chuck them in any old way. It doesn't really have to be anything. You can use pretty much road base or gravel or anything like that. Make sure it doesn't have any tar on it. But I suppose we'd better start lighting this thing. Jamie, there's some paper bark behind you there, mate. Do you mind passing it? This stuff here is really good to make fires with, but the best thing to do is grab it and you've got to break it up. That's the trick. Rub it, break it up until it's nice and fine, and chuck it in the middle. Want as much as we can, big much. This stuff here is super flammable.
So we're going to do the fire the traditional way.
Duckabin, cotton tree, grass tree.
Woohoo!
Okay, Jamie, she's already smoking. I tell you what.
I can see it.
Oh, keep going, mate. Keep going. Grab the bottom bit. I'll take over.
All right.
Go on,
Yeah.
mate.
Ready?
Yep. When you're ready, mate.
Go. Woo, look at you go.
Yeah, it's lit. That's lit. That's in. Okay, Mark, do you want to grab that wood, mate?
Yeah. Grab it.
Man, it's not easy, but it does work.
Good stuff. See how great that is? you do something the traditional way without a lighter or a pair of matches, you can do it. Kerry, tell me about all the holes and the grooves and that are down here.
Well, these grooves, they've been here for generations. Generations and generations and generations. And not just actually here, they're all over this entire area. And they were made by making axes, stone axes.
Yeah, okay.
Sharpening tools, skinning implements. This entire place is full of them.
And what about the round circles that are in there?
The particular circles inside here, there's a couple of different stories about them. Some people say it was like a processing plant.
Yeah.
A processing plant for leaching the poisonous food. Well, Mark, remember those black beans I was talking to you about up the top?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, these are those there. Now remember, they're actually poison. So what we do is we bake them for at least, at the very minimum, 24 hours. Then we crush them and we grate them and we put them inside this basket, you see. And then this basket, you notice that there's a creek here and the creek has got running water.
Yeah.
So what we do is we get our basket and we lodge some things and we submerge them in the water. We make sure that our basket is submerged in the water nice and good. So all this water runs through our basket and washes all that poison away. It's got to stay there for at least 3 days. Okay. Yeah. So we usually cover it up with some leaves and stuff like that so that the animals and stuff, they don't come. And also we put some sticks in the side just to make sure that it doesn't move. And after 3 days, we come back, we take away the leaves, we pull out our basket, and then we can eat our fruit. Oh, Mark, I forgot to tell you, mate. Don't forget, this is poison. So if you eat it without preparing it properly, you'll die.
So I won't do that then.
Well, we hope not.
Okay. I think I'll do that.
It must be known that this place is quite famous because these are all over here, as we've just seen. But it's really important to say that this is actually a family place.
So tell us a bit about the rocks.
Well, these rocks, they don't look like much, do they? What do you reckon, Mark?
No, they just look like rocks to start with.
Well, the truth is, they are. And you can imagine that it would have taken a long time to get a rock looking from this to like this. And then from this to something like this. And then from this, believe it or not, to something like that. It's a beautiful tool. And actually, it's a really valuable part of our trading system. And these stones have been made by generations and generations and generations by using the same hole as what our ancestors have done.
Incredible. So that's what all this scarring is on the rocks.
Pretty much, mate. Well, Jamie, can you imagine how long it would have taken to get this rock into something like this rock?
Yeah, I can.
A long time. So can you imagine making it and telling the stories of your family, of your history, and of your people to the next generation?
Yeah.
That is what happened here.
Wow. Nah. Brilliant stuff. Well, I'm getting a bit hungry. How about you?
You're not wrong about that. What do you reckon, Mark?
I like it. We always do with the feed.
Should we go and get some of this feed?
I want to see what you got
Let's
going
go,
for us.
Gubbi.
All right.
Let's go, boys.
I'm looking forward to some delicious bush cooking. I tell you what though, Kerry and his mum definitely have some good organisation when it comes to tucker time. It was great to see some traditional ingredients get added, and I really enjoyed the different ways people do their cooking, the ingredients they use that sets it off. How's that tucker going, all right?
Tell you what, I reckon it's cooked. You know what, I'm actually going to use one of your ideas.
I see that.
Mate, this is fantastic, I tell you what. I have no idea why I have never used one before. We've got some fish, we've got some warrigal greens in there, we've got some of the ginger that we collected today. Well, there's some potatoes. Tell you what, let's have a look-see. Oh, It looks like it's cooked perfectly.
Mate, that is fantastic. I think you need to take us and the people back at home on a journey into your bus on what you do.
Thanks so much, Jamie. Would love to take you on that experience. The journey starts at school. We love to go to the schools and we get the children to come on board, and we try to take them back on a real journey. Back in time, we're a place where we can remember the people and the stories that came before us. You see, we talk about the local country here, right here on Kabi Kabi country or Gubbi Gubbi country. We talk about the mountains, we talk about the rivers, we talk about sustainability, we talk about relationship with land, we talk about connection to country, we talk about the different people and the different ways of life that Aboriginal people have right here on the Sunshine Coast.
But you don't just do that, you go to other schools, don't you? You go all over the place.
That's right, you know, we try to take our culture basically anywhere in Queensland, New South Wales, Australia-wide. You know, this is my traditional home. You know, this is my family have been on Kabi Kabi country for a long time, but this is also, you know, your home.
Yeah.
And I reckon together we can build something, and we can leave something not only for our children, but for our children's children, our children's children.
On the next episode, Mark and I head to Bribie Island to learn a little history and share some tips on driving in the sand. I'll catch you next time.